Good morning, everybody. Get ready for this event today. First event in all year long. First one for me in the books. Struggled all winter to find my swing, and hopefully I pieced it together today. Feeling really good about it though, because I've been hitting some pretty good shots. Seeing the lines a little bit better, so we'll see. So just for distance sake, that 100 mark is 103 from where I'm standing. The 150 is 155. 200 is, wow, it's 200. So if you guys are in the chat, I can't see you, can't hear you, but hello, Mama Bear. Let's see how this wedge feels. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me, Mama Bear? Okay. I'm actually going to play with my glasses off today, but I'll start. All winter long, I've been working on my rotation. Has a beautiful flight. Landed about 100 and rolled out about 3 yards. Okay. Let's see. I said that 150 mark is at 155. So I'm going to try to hit. Yesterday I was working a lot on my pitching wedge, and I was able to get a little bit more out of that. I think because of this new move I have to the ball, just a little bit more rotation. So oh yeah, that's there. Sometimes I kind of just hit a 3/4 8 to get that distance, but I think I could just hit 150, 152 is probably a good number for this club here. Anyway, no pressure today. The first tournament of the year is kind of see where you're at. If I get in a groove, today, I'm just going to try to stay in that groove. I just got to find it. Even if I don't start off strong, I need to just try to get back into that groove. Find the tempo again. Stop rushing. And I think it all starts with walking to my ball. Think about the shot. And then once I hit my neck, get up to the next shot. That shot's over. There's nothing I can do about the mistake I make. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it's a little crispy right there. It sounds really good. So I don't know if you guys remember, but all winter I kept talking about the club was doing this in my backswing. When I was making contact, it would, so I knew it was a grip thing, but I couldn't figure it out. And it took me a couple of months to get it. I almost was scared to hit any shot because I didn't know what the club was going to do. And with that, I think what happens is you start over gripping the bottom hand, and then it takes over, and then you kind of come across it. So, you know, you come like, what do they call it, a double cross, because you're coming in and you're doing this, because that left hand wants to, I think it wants to like bring you in. So I had to just make sure that the club was, I have to make sure that the club is balanced in my hand before I make a swing. Like before I address the ball. Because I think I was just off a little bit and it was throwing that head off. And then when I was bringing it back, it wanted to control me up here. So I found a balance, and I'm putting that club more on the inside of my fingers and palm, and it allows me to give less pressure on it. Good morning. It's a nice flight. I have a little tension in my body, but I'm trying to get that tension out here. I'm going to try to go right at that tongue. Oh yeah, that's right at it. And remember, range balls are range balls. They're not compressed. They're old. They have no dimples. You know, like this ball's probably been out here for a very long time. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has no dimples. But it's okay. You know, I use this session more for like kind of a stretch and to find the ball, the impact. I can feel it, where I'm hitting it on the club. Then I can make shoulder adjustments or feet adjustments. I saved some of the good looking ones for my driver. Kind of got lazy on that one, but it wasn't a bad flight. All right, one more with this club and we'll move on. I want to go do some chipping and stuff. Okay. This spring I want to get new wedges. Here's the chipping range right here. Oh, what's up? Sorry, I don't check the chat when I'm hitting, but if you're in the chat, thank you for joining. I'll go hit a couple up on the putting range, on the chipping range. Let's see what you guys can see me. The ground's really wet. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. These touchy shots are the ones that win you these tournaments. See? There was a bunch of mud on my club and I didn't want to take it off. So it's like, ooh, that one touched the hole. Okay, that one's good. My goal sometimes on these, I don't like, depending on like how the green's sloped, if it's sloping away from me, those downhillers, those are the freaking ones, because you try to get real soft and you desal on the ball. So with those, I just make sure, take care of the first step is get the ball on the green. Wherever it ends up, you know, I don't want to hit it short and then have to chip it again. And because if you try to putt it out of this, some of this stuff is not, you know, it's not manageable. So I just, step one is get it on the green. See, like that. I did it right there. So lose focus, get back. And then, like, the rough's going to change your club head. You know, you could have it perfectly set up, but when you bring it back, sometimes the grass will grab it and like shift it out or shift it right or shift it left. And then sometimes when you're coming down at it, that grass is so thick, it's going to try to turn it inside. And then that's why you pull it or come in steep, and then it just digs into the ground and you don't get no freaking, none of the ball, you just hit the ground. What I try to do is just turn at the belt here. So I just give it a little turn on the belt and then just bring that club right back down. Kind of soft hands. Soft enough to where the club's not going to fly out of your hands. That's like perfect. And this is a very hard shot. Like, this is a very touchy shot, so it's hard to control. But I'm going to go clean up those balls and then hit a little bit longer shots. That was the worst one right there. If I lose audio, sorry guys, I'm a little far away, but I don't want to leave my stuff there. So that flag's 34, 26 with one negative. The slope was the same on both of those, so about 30. So that 33 yarder, I'm in my stance. I kind of want to hit it about head high and just let it run out. I always like to keep the toe down on the ones that I want it to like kind of run. So that was about head high. Okay, not bad for my first attempts. I'd say that's about 6 feet short. The thing is if it catches a little bit more downslope, it could end up off the green there. It's a really touchy shot. Toe down. That one came out really high. I forgot to put my hands forward there, but it's all right. What did I say earlier? As long as it's on the green, I can try to put it in. You know, not every shot's a hero shot, guys. First step is to get the ball off this fringe, off this rough, onto the green.
Yeah, LAD.
You see, that was short. But the grass is wet here. It's really like they actually watered today, so I'm surprised. So I'm gonna put it back in my stance and then I'm gonna go at it a little bit.
Sit. Hey, it's early.
Yeah. That was better. It got past the hole, but I said once it gets past the hole, it's gonna take off. So I'm not turning. Got to rotate in this shot. Well, see how I turned, but then I just went like this. Oh. Never be embarrassed to make mistakes on the practice green. You know, we're all out here working on something. Oh, God, I did it again. Okay. I was talking about that right hand taking over. In the last 3 shots, that right hand was taking over. God bless. Get it again. Woo. All right. Regroup. I said this grass is wet, so it's really sticky. I don't think anything would have helped that one. Now's not the time to get the yips, people. It's better. I'm not attacking it. There it is. You know, I have the tendency to pull these, so if I just line it up a little bit to the right of the target, it's going to end up right where I want it. Go ahead, bro. Relax. Not too much tension in your body. I'm gonna walk right through, brother. Now, you always want to practice some chipping. And get 2 out of the bunker here.
Just like that, folks.
Yeah, sir. How are you, Mike? One of the pros. One of the pros here. Good guy. Pretty good player himself. Yeah, it was too far away, but could you see me or no? I'm gonna work on some of these woods and probably use these clubs. Let's see, the 7 wood I'd probably use about 4 or 5 times around, depending on the situation. I hit that fat. That was a little cutty. Yesterday, my practice round, I had 256 yards to a pin, but I needed to carry the ball at least 225 in the air to clear this bunker. Well, I kind of like hit a low draw, and it was kind of like it had plenty of height, and it barely cleared that bunker, and I ended up 8 feet for eagle. It was actually a pretty good shot, but I was in the dirt. So when I'm in the dirt, I have the tendency to come in fat. I don't want to top it. Smoked.
Oh, hey, I saw that. Good job.
Starting to get a little loose. I was telling my wife this morning that I woke up tense. Like I just slept tense. I think it was anticipation of how excited I was today about today's event. But just means that I care about it. It's 3 wood off the mat. If I can control this thing, it's fucking butter, baby. I never kiss it. I like the way it feels today, though. Let's see. I'll work on the 8. Couple of strokes. Let's see. Okay. Like it. I like it a lot. Now, time to put a little work on the moneymaker. Right here. This is the moneymaker. That 50-degree wedge. This is that 110, 120 club. Oh no, man. This new move's got me. I'm hitting it cleaner and compressing it better. But again, these are range balls. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could see the flight of that. I want to do it, but I'm gonna have to hit some drivers. I always like to take off my glove, transition to the club, find a couple of good solid looking balls, just some that have dimples like me. If y'all don't know what dimples are, and then we have them in the golf ball. Some, like I showed you guys earlier, the golf balls are bald sometimes, so you're never gonna get like a true flight out of those because they have scuffs and stuff. So when I hit driver, I try to find the cleanest ball, because I think the softest club in your bag is gonna be this driver, so it has a tendency to like make rips and cuts on the head. So I just try to find the cleanest balls possible. The grip's the most important thing for me, for my setup. Make sure that club's not going to slip and it's balanced. Oof. Smoked. I don't even want to know how far that went, because I don't even know. All I know is I smoked it. I need a TrackMan, you know? But then that's just another thing that I have to carry around in my bag. I'll hit a couple more. Balance, remember balance. Get that club balanced in your hands. Put my weight forward, kind of look on my toes a little bit. Kind of try to lift that a little bit. Don't lift the ball off the tee. Compress it down. When I'm missing, I miss them like that. Because I bail out a little bit, and then I drop that in, trying to go like this. Trying to recover. No recovery in drivers, man. You got to just make a commitment to it. Here's one more. It's the only thing I don't like about the mats, man. Trying to keep the ball on the tee. Okay. Driver 101, I guess. See, if you're missing the ball to the right, that means you're either lifting it or you're pushing it. You're like chicken winging it out there. You don't want to chicken wing it. For me, and it's just for me, I try to bring that club around like a circle from the top, then drop those hands in right here. Just like that. So this is the 100-yard. Nope. This is the money maker. Put that club away. All right, I'm gonna pull out the 4-iron here. The club I'm working on the most this winter, mostly the 4-iron. I have a love-hate relationship with this club. The last few weeks, it's been kind of a love relationship though, because I feel confident now with it. I'm making that move on the ball. Kind of a low shot, but again, my right hand took over there, so I came in steep. Little stinger. There it is. Kind of pulled it a little bit. I gotta like be patient with this club. Okay, I was a little shallow there. Important thing is I'm still squaring it up. You can't see my ball marks, but the majority of my marks are right here. I don't have anything on the toe, anything on the heel. Everything's coming off here. So now it's just about keeping the club face open or closed. You hear it all the time. Right there, center. You hear it all the time though. Effortless power. And it's hard to grasp because you think you got to make a move at that ball and put all this energy into it when it's just one focused energy. One focused energy, meaning it's all together. That's what effortless power means. However you can process that in your head is the way you should make your golf swing. That's my opinion. People have different ways of doing things. You could teach the basics of a golf swing, Like my kids, they all have different unique swings and they all hit the ball very well. I try not to change that. But when I see them like making mistakes to the right or left, then I tell them, what do you think you're doing that's causing that? So I make them be cerebral about it and let them decide, okay, well, if I'm coming across it, this is what I'm doing. So they, they've had coaches since they were really little. So it's good that they have coaches and lessons and all this because they know how to break down their swing, when they start really young. Effortless power, dude. Effortless power. So you know how to get what you want out of your clubs. Gotta hit a couple of full 60 degrees. I'm just working on getting through the ball. Let everything else take its place. So before, my max distance with my 60 degree was right around 60 yards. And then when I would try to get more out of it, I would just hit it higher. And you guys know why that is, right? Because the faster you move the club, the faster it's going to come off the face of the angle. And it's going to go straight up, right? You want to have a tempo on it. So loft and lie is very important. Okay. So I open that up. I'm going to close it down a little bit. Aim a little bit right. See if I can hit that draw onto that pole. Right at it. Right at my target. So I just got to put it in play today. Don't forget to move. What happens when I get stuck is I forget the turn. I just do all shoulders. And what happens is I cast it out that way. I think that's what they call it. And I hosel it. Work on those little runners. Hit it at that 50. The myth, the man, the legend, Mr. Bill Harvey, working the tools of golf right there. Another one of the head pros, or another, I think he's the pro operator here. I don't know, forget his title, but can play, can teach. I did a bit for the head pro here, David Lovato, and he was his mentor. So great quality lessons here if you guys are interested in learning how to play the game. Mr. Bill Harvey, David Lovato, Ladera Golf Course. Check them out. So let's go practice some putting. But I think I'm going to log off. That way I can focus a little bit more. I know I'm approaching my tee time. It's in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I want to get some working. So just signing off. Trouble, love, Nothing but love, baby. All right. You guys have a good morning.